Today we are exploring the fascinating significance of the number 101 or 101 in Hindu philosophy. A concept that has expanded throughout the Hindu tradition. Now, have you ever paused and wondered why the number 101 or 101 is often used when you make a donation? $101, 101 rupees, 101 coconuts. Or why temple lists their services and the donations for them usually include other odd numbers like 11, 21, 51, etc. We will begin with a profound story from one of the most sacred texts of Vedantic literature, and that is the Chandogya Upanishad. The wisdom in this simple tale has transitioned into a tradition of using 101 very commonly. Now, the story in the Chandogya Upanishad begins in the 8th chapter of the book. Here we encounter a remarkable tale of divine instruction and spiritual perseverance. It all started when Prajapati, the creation deity, made a profound declaration. Now, before I go further, realize I refer to Prajapati as the creator and not the manifester of this universe. Being students of Gita, there is only one manifester or supreme, and in our case, we say it is Krishna. Now, when Prajapati made the declaration, both the gods and the demons were present. In the story, in the tale, Prajapati proclaimed the self or the Atman or the soul is free from sin, free from old age, free from death, free from sorrow, and free from hunger and thirst. Prajapati said, this Atman or soul has to be sought and thoroughly known. And those who seek and realize the self attain all the worlds and attain all desires. Now, this major announcement by Prajapati ignited a spiritual quest. From the gods, there was Indra, their mighty king, and from the demons came Virochana, their ruler. Both approached Prajapati after hearing this announcement. They both approached with offerings and proving to them that they are a sincere disciple. Based on this, for 32 years, both Indra and Virochana lived there with Prajapati as brahmacharis, celibate students in Prajapati's ashram. They observed austerities, controlled their senses, spent time learning, and waited patiently. Finally, Prajapati asked them why, what made them stay for so long. When they explained their quest for self-knowledge, that's when Prajapati gave them their first teaching. Remember, it's after 32 years he gave them the teaching. He told them to look at their reflections in a pot of water. The person you see reflected there, he said, that is the self, the Atman, the soul, immortal and fearless. He then said, go and dress in your finest clothes and ornaments, and then look again at the pot. See how well adorned the self appears when the body is well adorned. Prajapati then said, this is the self you seek. Both the students left satisfied. But as you would see, their paths diverged dramatically. Virochana, the demon king, was completely satisfied with this teaching of Prajapati. He returned to his people and established what the Upanishad calls the doctrine of the demons. He taught them that the body alone is the self or the Atma, and that the body alone should be worshipped and served. Virochana said, whoever pampers the body and fulfills its desires gains everything. This materialistic philosophy became so deeply embedded in the demonic culture, and I may add, even in our own culture. The Upanishad says that even today, individuals with demonic attitude adorn even the dead with fine clothes and ornaments and perfumes, believing this will help the deceased in their next incarnation. The demons developed an entire worldview based on the supremacy of physical existence. A pure philosophy of materialism that rejected anything beyond the body. That is why the Upanishad explains people who lack faith in spiritual matters, who never perform any sacrifices. By sacrifices, I mean service, who give no charity, and who live purely for bodily pleasures are called demons, even in an ordinary language. Such type of individuals have adopted the truncated teaching that Virochana carried back from those first 32 years of learning. Now, but Indra's spiritual institution was deeper. As he traveled back to the kingdom of gods, a profound doubt arose in his mind. If the self is merely the body's reflection, he reasoned, then when the body is blind, does the self become blind? When the body is lame, does the Atman become lame? When the body dies, does the Atman or soul also die? What good can I see in such knowledge, said Indra. And he said, I am missing something. So he went back to Prajapati, ready for another period of learning. And that took him for 32 more years. Because Prajapati was pleased with Indra's discriminating wisdom and accepted him for another semester of 32 years of study. After the second semester of 32 years, Prajapati revealed the next layer of learning. Prajapati said, that being which moves about in your dreams, enjoying various experiences and clothed in glory, that is the self, the immortal, the fearless. And that is the ultimate. Indra very proudly departed and was initially satisfied. But again, before reaching his destination, doubt crept in his mind. True, he said, in dreams the self is not blind. When the body is blind, the Atman doesn't become blind in the dreams, nor lame. But even in dreams, this self experiences pleasure and pain. It gets pursued, threatened, weeps. It experiences pain, it experiences fear. Surely, the being in the dream state is not the real. Once more, Indra was dissatisfied and returned back again to the teacher for a third semester of 32 years. Indra remained with Prajapati for 32 more years. This time, the teaching was related to deep sleep. Prajapati said, when a person sleeps soundly, free from all dreams, all perfect with all the senses withdrawn, that is the self, immortal, fearless, and ultimate. Again Indra left, and again doubt arose. In deep sleep, he reflected, one doesn't even know oneself. As I am so and so. There is no awareness of other beings, no consciousness at all that I could experience. This state is almost like annihilation, like everything disappeared, everything kind of disappeared from there. Everything dissolved. So where there is no awareness, is there a self? Is that the self I am seeking? So again, Indra returned to Prajapati saying, I need more. This is not satisfying. And he was there for the final semester of 5 years. Prajapati said, all you need is 5 more years. And that totaled to 101. Now, after this fourth semester of 5 more years, that's when Prajapati gave the final learning. Prajapati said, Indra, listen carefully. The body is indeed mortal. It's already gripped from death from all directions. But this mortal body is the dwelling place. It is the city of the immortal, formless Atma. When the Atma identifies with the body, it experiences pleasure and pain. But when it rises above body consciousness, like the winds and the clouds, and the lightning and the thunder that emerge out from space without any physical form and then they dissolve. That similarly is what the Atma, when that Atma realizes its true form, that is when it will move about in joy, laughing, playing, rejoicing, completely free from body consciousness. Indra took 101 years to learn this. It took 101 years to unfold. The choice of 101 years in the Upanishad establishes a profound precedent. It suggests that true spiritual knowledge requires not just time, but time to contemplate, inquire, and question. Now, we go into the final understanding on why this 101 years, 101 or rather the 101 number, 101 number carries such weight in Hindu tradition, extending beyond the single Upanishadic reference. The number 101 reveals a sophisticated understanding of spiritual mathematics that our ancestors embedded into their practices. You see, in Hindu traditions, the number 0 or Shunya represents a unique concept. While 0 is mathematically powerful, the Hindu tradition in the matters of family, relationships, and auspicious occasions did not consider 0 to be particularly favorable. Because 0 can represent emptiness, conclusion, or an ending. And life never ends, as you know, from a spiritual standpoint. Now, when we take 100, a complete rounded number, and add just 1 in front of the 0, then something magical happens, isn't it? We transform completeness into continuity, and as the tradition goes, 0 signifies the end, while 1 signifies the beginning. So not only did you add a number 1 at the beginning, but by adding a single digit to the end of 100 or making it 101, we are essentially saying that nothing truly ends. There's always a new beginning, always growth beyond what can appear to be complete, as the number 100 suggests. But by adding that 1, you are saying there is something more to come. That is why you'll often see $101, 101 rupees, 101 coconuts, 101 lamps being offered in temples. It's not just about avoiding the 0, it's about embracing the principle of endless continuation. Which is why even the number 1 lamp, makes a big difference. There's another beautiful traditional aspect of 101. It cannot be broken down into small whole numbers through division. This indivisibility mirrors the concept of the soul, the self, or the Atman itself. And as you could see, I'm using these terms loosely. Because it's not divisible into a whole number, it cannot be divided, destroyed, or diminished. And there's also this Hindu tradition that odd numbers possess a celestial divine quality compared to even numbers. Even numbers, being perfectly divisible, are associated with earthly human concerns. They represent balance, pairs, the material world of dualities. Whereas odd numbers, however, reach beyond perfect balance towards a mode of growth and evolution. They suggest something more, something that transcends the neat divisions of the physical world. They point towards the divine, the transcendent, the spiritual realm that goes beyond human categories. 101 or 101, the number being odd, carries the celestial quality according to this belief. This aspect of an odd number ending in the digit 1 extends to other variations such as the number 11, 21, 51, 501, 251, you name it. So the next time you encounter the number 101 or 101 in Hindu context, whether in religious ceremonies, gift giving, or traditional practices, remember that you're witnessing an ancient wisdom. You're seeing a number that carries with it the story of Indra's 101 years of spiritual learning. The tale of the demon's materialistic doctrine and the recognition that the most profound truths lie just beyond what we think is complete. The number 101 teaches us what Indra learned through his patient discipleship. That spiritual growth, like the divine itself, cannot be contained within our human desire for neat, round conclusions. It always asks us to go one step further, to question our assumptions, to remain open to the mystery that lies beyond what we think we already know. From the demon-satisfied acceptance of the first teaching in the first semester of 32 years, we learn the danger of blind belief and blind acceptance. No matter how credible the teacher is, a student has to question. From Indra's persistent questioning, we learn the virtue of discriminating wisdom. And from Prajapati's graduated teaching across multiple semesters, we understand that true knowledge reveals itself in stages, building upon the previous step. In this simple number of 101, our ancestors encoded a profound truth. That the journey towards understanding, whether it could be the self, the body, the Atman, the divine, or all of life itself, my friends, is never quite finished at the conventional stopping point. There's always one more step, one more year, one more day, one more moment of grace waiting beyond what we imagine to be the end. Stay healthy, stay blessed. I'll talk to you soon.